What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So I'll jump straight into this one. Yet again, it's another transfer link, and this time really it's quite a weird one, something that I wasn't really expecting, or it basically just came out of the blue, as all transfer links do, of course. But this time we're linked with Marouane Fellaini from Man United. So of course you may know him as a player that most of you out there will certainly have a certain dislike based on past experiences against Arsenal. Of course, we do remember that famous Jack Wilshere image with him squaring up. It was quite comical really at the time. But of course, we've always had very, very bad blood between ourselves and him in particular. So of course, this is a very, very strange link as said. So I've got a few notes made basically in regards to this particular link. Of course, there's that question of age. He's 30 years old. Can he still do a job within the Premier League, and can he certainly come in and fit into Arsenal's new style of play, of which we're yet to discover? So basically, in terms of me answering that particular question on can he still do a job, I made a few notes in regards to that, and he obviously made 16 Premier League appearances last season, started 5 of those, and essentially did pick up 2 Man of the Match awards during that time when he started 5 games, so which is not a bad return really. Scored 4 goals out of 16, so he was averaging 0.25 goals per game. But if you take into consideration the games he actually started and the amount of minutes played, he does certainly have quite a high ratio in terms of the goal return. So in terms of him being still able to do a job, yes, he's putting numbers on the board. Obviously, they're not justified due to the fact that he did not play many games last season in the Premier League. Of course, if he had more time to actually play more games for Man United, then we would have been talking of a completely different player based on the numbers that I have certainly presented. He obviously committed 13 fouls in those 16 matches as well, so that's something to take away, which is roughly averaging just under 1 foul per game, which is not so bad in the grand scheme of things. But if you do consider situations where you're winning 1-0, you commit a foul by the edge of the box, now you're in trouble, or he commits a foul in the box and now you're in trouble. So he is a bit reckless, or known to be reckless, especially when he first came to the Premier League at Everton. He used to use his elbows quite a lot. He certainly became his sort of signature. He obviously came out in defence of himself, saying that it's certainly protection, but if you're jumping higher than most players in the league and you still got your elbows flaring out, of course that's going to be questioned. Of course, we do understand that when footballers jump, they need that little bit of leverage, so obviously they tend to use their arms as well. But he was certainly known for actually sticking his elbows out. So in terms of him being able to do a job, of course the numbers from last season don't show a clear reflection. However, he is still a Belgian international. He's going to the World Cup. So I do believe there is still something left in him. If not, maybe a couple of seasons, 3 seasons at the push. But yeah, can he still do a job? We'll have to wait and see in regards to that. And obviously, why him? That's a question a lot of people will certainly be asking. So in terms of why him, I would say basically he's available on a free transfer. If again the rumours on that £50 million, £60 million budget are true, then we'll be going for players such as Marouane Fellaini. Of course, his age is a bit concerning, I should say, but that's out of the question at the moment. We are certainly being linked with quite low valued players as well as free players as well. So if you can see a kind of a trend in terms of the players that we're being linked to, of course you've got agents out there that will certainly be trying to manipulate the media, leaking stories out there to generate interest from a particular club where interest didn't exist. So that is something to also take into consideration. He is a similar age to some of the players that we've certainly been linked with as well, namely Nzonzi. Of course, the key difference here is Nzonzi will come for a transfer fee, whereas Marouane Fellaini will certainly be available on a free transfer. Of course, they do certainly play in a similar position. Of course, they're different players. Nzonzi is a bit more athletic for me in that regards. Marouane Fellaini is more of a player that utilises his height. Yes, he's slightly a bit pacey, not too pacey, of course, but for a midfielder, he does have a bit of pace to him in terms of getting forward and bursting into the box. We have seen him do it countless times. So the key difference in regards to the other midfielders we are linked with is actual transfer fee that will certainly be involved if deployed correctly as well. I do believe he can certainly make a huge contribution. We've suffered over the years by being bullied by teams, and I think we do need a dirty player to come in. Obviously Xhaka is not as dirty as I would personally like him to be in terms of being that particular aggressive midfielder, a midfielder who will take no nonsense. Of course there's a question of how motivated will he still be. Is he sort of coasting towards the end of his career? I'm hoping it will be the initial statement, which is he still will be motivated. And continuing on the why him theme, I do believe again he'll be a quick fix to the problems that we currently have in midfield, namely the lack of height. So he will certainly add a lot of height to the midfield and a lot of steel in regards to the midfield itself and moving forward. And of course, as mentioned earlier within the video, he is also still a Belgian international. So there are a lot of positives to take away from this. However, we would like some sort of marquee signing, namely a midfielder. Of course, we've been saying and we've been told that we'll be getting a midfielder. Is this the right one, or is this the one we wanted? Of course, maybe not, but it will certainly be an interesting summer, of course. So as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are watching this video, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.